6 ways to reprogram your mind for success. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract success effortlessly, while others, no matter how hard they try, keep running into the same walls? It's not always luck. It's not even just hard work. Often, the difference lies in one quiet but powerful thing: how their mind is programmed. You see, success doesn't start in your bank account, your job, or your environment. It starts in your mind. The beliefs you hold, the patterns you repeat, and the thoughts you allow to dominate your inner world shape your entire life experience. And the good news is, your mind can be reprogrammed. Yes, even if you've struggled for years, even if you've failed more times than you can count, or even if you've been told you'll never make it, your brain is capable of learning, adapting, and rebuilding new pathways. This isn't just motivational talk, it's neuroscience. So today, we're going deep into 6 powerful psychology-backed ways to reprogram your mind for success. Not through hype, but through real, lasting internal change. Let's begin. The first way to reprogram your mind for success is to become aware of your automatic thoughts. Most people live on mental autopilot. Every day, we have about 60,000 thoughts, and researchers at the National Science Foundation found that over 80% of those thoughts are negative, and 95% are repetitive. That means you're likely thinking the same limiting thoughts day after day, and your brain, being the obedient machine it is, keeps turning them into your reality. Psychologists call this cognitive conditioning. It's the process by which our brain learns patterns and habits, even mental ones. So if your inner voice constantly says, "I'm not good enough," "I always mess up," or "I'll never be successful," your subconscious mind takes that as truth. To change that, you first need awareness. Start by catching your inner dialogue throughout the day. When you hear a negative thought, pause. Don't fight it, just recognize it. That simple act of observation begins to interrupt the loop. Then, gently challenge the thought. Is this fact, or is this fear? Would I say this to someone I love? This practice of cognitive reframing, questioning and reshaping your internal narrative, is the foundation of mental reprogramming. The second way is to visualize success, but not in a superficial way. Visualization has been studied in sports psychology for decades. Athletes use it to train their brains to win long before they step onto the field. When you vividly imagine achieving your goal, with all the emotions, effort, and sensations involved, your brain lights up the same neural pathways as if it were actually happening. Dr. Joe Dispenza, a neuroscientist and author, explains that when you visualize with feeling, your brain begins to make new neural connections. It starts to believe that the future you're picturing is already real. And once your brain believes it, your actions begin to align with that belief. So every morning, close your eyes for a few minutes and picture yourself living the life you want. Not just the results, the process. See yourself waking up early, staying focused, staying calm under pressure, finishing tasks. Feel the satisfaction, the confidence, the gratitude. You're not just daydreaming. You're training your subconscious mind to recognize success as your natural state. The third way is to reshape your environment to match your desired mindset. Psychology tells us that behavior is context-dependent. Your environment either reinforces your growth or reinforces your stagnation. If your surroundings constantly remind you of old habits, old fears, and old versions of yourself, it's going to be hard to reprogram your mind. Think of it like this. Your environment is your silent teacher. It teaches you what to focus on, what to feel, and what to expect. If your desk is cluttered, your mind will reflect that chaos. If your social circle is full of negativity and gossip, your energy will mirror it. If your daily routine lacks structure, your brain loses the cues it needs to build discipline. So start small. Organize your space, curate your media intake, and protect your peace. Fill your surroundings with reminders of growth, a motivational quote, a book that inspires you, or even a playlist that lifts your spirit. Over time, your environment becomes a psychological mirror, reflecting the version of you that's moving forward. The fourth way is to develop emotional awareness. Your emotions are not the enemy, they're data. They reveal what's unresolved, what you value, and where your mindset needs healing. Psychologist Daniel Goleman, who popularized the term emotional intelligence, explains that people who are aware of their emotions and learn to regulate them are far more likely to succeed than those who rely on raw intelligence alone. When something triggers you, failure, rejection, or criticism, your subconscious mind interprets it through old emotional filters. Maybe you grew up feeling unseen, so now any small mistake makes you feel not good enough. That's your brain replaying an old script. To reprogram it, you need to sit with the emotion instead of reacting to it. Take a breath and ask, what is this feeling trying to teach me? What story am I telling myself right now? By naming and understanding your emotions, you weaken their unconscious power. And as neuroscience shows, when you bring awareness to a feeling, it moves from the amygdala, the emotional center of the brain, to the prefrontal cortex, the rational center. That shift alone helps you make calmer, wiser decisions. The fifth way to reprogram your mind is through repetition and consistency. This is where most people give up because they expect instant results. But your brain doesn't change overnight. It's wired through neuroplasticity, meaning it forms and strengthens connections through repeated experience. Think of your brain as a garden. Every thought you repeat is a seed. Positive, empowering thoughts grow into confidence, discipline, and resilience. Negative, fearful thoughts grow into doubt, procrastination, and self-sabotage. So, if you want to change the garden, you have to plant new seeds every day. Repeat affirmations that actually feel believable, like, I am learning to trust myself, instead of I'm perfect. Take small actions that align with your goals, even when you don't feel like it. Each time you do, you reinforce a new pattern, and eventually, those small daily rewires become automatic. Your subconscious starts to expect success instead of fear it. And the sixth way, perhaps the most important, is to align your mind with a sense of purpose. Without a sense of purpose, your motivation fades. Without direction, the brain defaults to old comfort zones. But when you attach your efforts to something meaningful, something bigger than yourself, your subconscious mind begins to fuel your journey instead of fighting it. Psychologists have found that people with a strong sense of purpose are more resilient to stress, more optimistic, and more disciplined. Purpose gives meaning to discomfort. It turns obstacles into growth lessons instead of reasons to quit. So ask yourself, why do I want success? Is it to prove something to others or to create something that matters? When your goals are tied to growth, contribution, and fulfillment, your brain naturally finds ways to make them real. Purpose is the ultimate mental reprogramming tool. It connects your present struggles with your future vision, giving every challenge a reason to exist. Now here's the truth. Reprogramming your mind for success isn't about pretending everything's perfect. It's about choosing what thoughts and beliefs you allow to shape your life. It's about understanding that your mind isn't your enemy. It's your most powerful ally if you train it to work for you. So start small. Catch one negative thought today and reframe it. Visualize your best self for 5 minutes tomorrow. Declutter one corner of your environment. And most importantly, keep going, even when progress feels slow. Because one day, you'll look back and realize that your old patterns no longer control you, that your mind has become a tool of strength, not limitation. If this message resonated with you, remember to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to the channel for more psychology-based insights to help you grow, heal, and succeed. You're not just reprogramming your mind, you're redesigning your life. And every time you choose awareness, gratitude, and persistence, you take one more step toward the person you are always meant to be. Thank you for watching. Stay curious, stay kind to yourself, and keep learning, because your mind is the most powerful thing you'll ever own.